If you are still unsure whether to start trading with a prop firm or with your own live account, this video will answer all of your questions because I've traded many live and funded accounts, and I'll share all of the pros and cons you need to take into account before making your decision. Let's start with the prop firms. If you visit the website of FTMO Trading Academy, on the top you can see a list of all prop firms and brokers we have tested. So here you can see 5 prop firms that my team and many of our subscribers tested, and I'll start with the pros when you have a prop firm account. So first of all, we have a low risk capital because we don't risk $100,000 or $200,000. We actually risk the amount we paid for the prop firm challenge. Number 2 is we have great potential for profits because we can withdraw up to 90% of the profits we make in the funded account. And number 3, it's a kind of a self-employment because you will have contract with the prop firm, but it's not like they will hire you and you will have your working hours. You just need to follow the conditions from the prop firm, which usually are very similar with the challenges, but with most of the time you have to stay within their drawdown limit. Now let me give you the example of SabioTrade. Now once you get funded, you can keep up to 90% of the profits for yourself, and the challenges and the conditions are straightforward. The 10K account is $50, which is one of the lowest I know on the market. The 50K is $289, the 100K is $479, and the 200K is $939, and this is where you keep up to 90% of the profit. But if you get funded, you still have to stay within the 3% daily loss, and the maximum trailing drawdown is 6%. And SabioTrade is suitable if you are trading manually because they have a very intuitive platform from where you can select the symbol you want to trade, and then you have to decide what quantity you want to trade, and then I can set up my stop loss, my take profit. I can set the profit in money, which is pretty cool. For example, in the 50K account that I have, I would set profit in money $5,001, and that would be about 74 pips. And the same thing I can do with the stop loss. Now bear in mind that they have a daily loss of 3%, and you have to adjust your trading strategy accordingly. And a good thing with the SabioTrade is that they have a free trial, so you can test your strategy and see if you will be able to pass a potential challenge with $10,000. I'll leave the link down below in the description if you want to test this prop firm. And immediately I want to point out 3 cons when it comes to prop firm accounts. Number 1, you don't have a guaranteed income. Even if you spend a month or 2 trading in front of the screen and you make no profits at the end, nobody will pay for the work you put in. That is why I would suggest you to test prop firm trading only as a hobby at the beginning until you are comfortable with the system and the prop firm you select to use. Number 2 is the psychological pressure you have from the trading rules of the prop firm. It's not like when you trade your own capital. You don't really have all of the freedom in the world because you have to stay within the daily drawdown or the maximum daily loss, and you cannot use all type of EAs because especially the grid martingale systems with huge drawdowns are not suitable for prop firm accounts. And number 3 obviously is that if you lose a challenge, you have to pay again to buy another chance to prove that your system or your trading style or the robot you are using is good enough for the prop firm to give you the amount of money as a trading account. Now when it comes to live account, it is totally different. Number 1, it is completely your own capital and you can manage it the way you want. Number 2, you don't have trading rules to follow, and number 3, you can request your profits at any moment. For example, one of my live trading accounts I have funded with $1,000, and I have placed a robot called the Night Hunter Pro, and this robot made me 10% in the last few months, and recently it was disconnected for some reason and there were no trades for quite a long time until I noticed that there is no trading activity, but there was no pressure at all because this is my account, and even if I pause it or even if I'm not active with the system, it is okay. Next week I'm planning to review all of my systems and I will decide which robot I will continue trading on this account. However, having a live account comes with its cons, and number one is usually we can't afford this much of a capital as with the prop firms. Having $1,000 of account is comfortable for me, but having 100,000 would be obviously not just uncomfortable but impossible for the moment, and I cannot afford to trade any robot on such capital of my own. Number two is the lack of rules. Since there are no rules, most traders will take bigger risks, and that's why I usually stand behind the rules of the prop firms. If you stay within 5% daily loss or 10% overall risk, that is a good money management system, and there is a reason why the prop firms created those rules. And number three is the emotional stress. Many people just freak out when they start trading with real money, and many traders are profitable on a demo account, but once they put real money into it, they totally change their trading behavior and they do not follow the rules they were following on a virtual account. Quite often people ask me why this expert advisor is trading on a demo account, but when I placed it on live it is different, and you will be surprised that most of the times the trader themselves change the settings, the inputs, they close some of the trades manually or change the stop loss and take profit level manually, which is not the idea of trading with expert advisors. So even if you are trading with robots, you need to put the emotions away once you start trading with real money and rely on the strategy that you selected to use. So both prop firms and live accounts have their pros and cons, and it's a personal choice with which one you want to go. I use both live and prop firms, and I'm experimenting with plenty of expert advisors. Many we have displayed on our website, and we have created a third-party EAs page where we show which expert advisors we are trading. Some come with track record from my accounts, others from the vendors, but overall it is important to select a good strategy regardless of whether you will be trading with a prop firm account or a live account. I really hope that the video was useful, guys. Let me know down below in the comments if you prefer trading a prop firm or live account. As always, I wish you safe trading. Before you go, check out this video on my site to see the top 3 prop firms I use the most in 2023. And now, as always, I will say I love you. We'll see you in the next video, and you guys trade safe.